Alright, so somebody wanted to know how to tell a Peugeot 406 Nigerian assembly, that's the one produced in Nigeria or assembled in Nigeria. How to tell such one from the foreign Peugeot 406 production. So I'm going to just indicate just obvious tell on Peugeot 406 engine bay, from where you can tell which one is pan production, that's Nigerian production, and the foreign. Now when you come, okay, this is the engine bay, right? So when you come to the right side, so this is the right side. When you stand in front of the engine, your left side is the right side. Or when you sit inside the vehicle and you are facing the windscreen, the right, whichever one that is your right is the right side, whichever one that is the left is the left side. So this is your right side, right? So first, when you come here, you will see the VIN. There's a plate here, so which is directly behind the right side front headlight. So the plate will contain the VIN, kg, and some other stuff there. I don't think it's the normal full kg. Anyway, you see some stuff there, but the VIN will be the second characters on the plate. Then when you come to this shock absorber pillar, I just want to use this as call this pillar. Now you can see some characters engraved on it, right? Now only Peugeot 406, well, let's just say in Peugeot 406, if you see anyone with these characters on this side of the shock absorber, which the right side shock absorber, what will I call it again, pillars or what, call it whatever. Once you see anyone with these characters engraved on it, it means the body of that car is Peugeot 406 produced at Pan, Nigeria, or produced in Nigeria. Any Peugeot 406 you see with this thing means it's from or it was produced in Nigeria or from Pan, Nigeria. Then when you come here as well, now look at this place. This is more like the heater matrix section. That's the division between the engine bay and the cabin of the vehicle. So when you come here now, you see a space. Okay, when you start from here, you see a space somewhere here, directly behind the engine. And then when you look closer, let's look at it. You see some characters there. There are about 8. I don't think you see more than 8 characters, but just say within 8 characters, we usually start from B or something. So when you see this kind of characters, it means it's also pan production. Now for the foreign production, yeah, you see something also written here or engraved here, but it will be 17 characters, and that 17 characters will be the VIN of the vehicle, which must start from VF. The characters here on the foreign production will start on VF and must be 17, while the one produced in Pan will start from something like B or something and won't be up to 17 characters. As you can see here is about 8, I think. And that 17 characters in foreign production, this is it. You come here, you see something like, you can see this one, VF3. Now this is the VIN of the vehicle, and if you count it, it's 17 characters. So here it must start from VF. That's so, as it is like this, once you see this character, it means it's pan production. VO, blah blah, anything less than 17. Likewise here, you see something like about 10, between 8 to 10 characters engraved on this side. Even if it's full VIN, which I doubt, I've never seen any Peugeot 406 produced in Nigeria with VIN, full VIN here. But once you see any Peugeot 406 with this or with numbers or characters engraved here, irrespective of the model, production year, once you see anyone, it means it was produced in Nigeria. Then another way you can tell a Peugeot 406 from one produced in Nigeria from foreign one. Now when you come to this side of the windscreen, as you can see, this is the left side of the windscreen or windshield, which is the driver's side, directly in front of the driver, or the driver's seat. The view, you're supposed to see some numbers here under the windscreen, directly engraved on the dashboard. But here you are not seeing anything. Let me show you so I can tell where it is. So from here, you won't see anything here. For the ones produced in Pan Nigeria, while that of foreign, you will see your full VIN here. But for Pan production, you will not see anything. Okay, so, but I just want to point out that there could be a situation or cases where maybe the car had an accident and then they had to cut out this side and join something else here, maybe from another Peugeot 406 fender with the chassis with this side, which in this case may not have this. Let's assume this car, the car in question that had the accident, have that is Palm production, Nigerian production, and the accident affected this side. Yes, this side can be cut off, and then they may put the foreign production one. In that case, you will not see this, but at least you're supposed to see this. Unless the accident also affected affected this side as well, which I doubt. I mean, any accident that gets to this side, the entire front end is dead. Probably will also affect the inside the vehicle. But I'm just telling you one of the ways you could actually see a Nigerian production or find a Nigerian production Peugeot 406, and it will look as if it's foreign assembly because they've changed this or changed that. But that one that relies on technical eye to know. It's not something new, because somebody who is technical, who understands or can tell a car that they've done that kind of work, is the only person that can tell, okay, this probably is no longer or probably not a foreign production but a Nigerian production. I could go further to investigate to know truly if there was a severe accident that happened to the vehicle that warrant them to change that type, that side of the body of the car. Likewise, the previous user of Peugeot vehicle probably may decide to change the dashboard, and if they change the dashboard, you will know. Probably, let's assume we are talking about Peugeot 406 Nigerian production, right? And the owner of that Nigerian production decides to change the dashboard. So the dashboard he may put or he may buy may be one from foreign production Peugeot 406, which will not have the VIN here. But the easiest way to tell is, if you see that VIN here, inside that place, then you come here and compare it with the one here. If they don't match, it means something is wrong. Either they've changed the dashboard with a different VIN, or they've changed this particular one, and that's why they did not match. Maybe the car had accident, so the one they now attach here have a different plate. So I'm just pointing this out, but I'm saying under normal circumstances, this is how to tell from a layman angle. Peugeot 406 produced in Nigeria or assembled in Nigeria, or the one we call pan assembly. So I'm going to show you guys the fine assembly, so you see all those things I've already explained. Okay, so this is a Peugeot 406 like I did in the other one, but this particular one, even though it has a V6 engine, but this is a foreign production. But irrespective of the engine model, whether 2.0 or 3.0, 4-cylinder or V6 engine, what I explained in the earlier video applies in all of them, except that Nigeria did not produce Peugeot 406 with a V6 engine. I think the biggest engine that the Peugeot 406 Nigerian production had was EW10J4. That's the engine in the other 406 I did earlier, which had 2.0 liter engine, EW10J4. Yep, engine. So, alright. So here, remember in the other 406, there was some numbers engraved here, but when you look closely here, you don't see anything. So like I said, if you don't see any number engraved here, it means it's not Nigerian production. So here you can also see there are some numbers here, or more like characters. So this is the full VIN. That is the same VIN you'll find here. That's what you'll find here. Complete 17 characters VIN. Unlike the one of Nigerian production had only 8 characters there. Well, this one is 17. We start from VF3, it depends. So like the other one has about 8 characters here, numbers are engraved here, but this one doesn't have anything here. So what it means is, like I said, if you see any 406 that does not have any number engraved here, it means it's not Nigerian production. You come here as well. You know, I mentioned earlier that for Nigerian assembled Peugeot 406, you will not see any VIN engraved here, which is on the dashboard under this windscreen. But here you will find the complete full VIN again, which is 17 characters. We start from VF. So if you don't see any VIN or number under this windscreen in this space, it means it's Nigerian production. However, remember I mentioned there are some conditions that can not make this possible anymore. That's for where people can change the dashboard and put foreign dashboard in Nigerian assembled Peugeot 406. In this case, it will have that number there, unless the person that put it decide to remove the number. That's the VIN engraved here. So I hope this video has explained to people who always wonder the difference between, or how to tell Peugeot 406 produced in Nigeria from that of 406 produced outside Nigeria. Well, at least I'm very sure of European production. That's Peugeot 406 produced in Europe or for European market. They don't have all these things I mentioned, like number here, 8 character there. No, they don't. Unless maybe there could be other regions where the Peugeot 406 was assembled or produced that had the same number, the same type of number you find in Nigerian here, and same one you find there. But so far, all the ones I've seen, I've ever seen, driven, repaired or worked on, all of them shows that the ones that have those numbers there were produced in Nigeria, while the ones without this were produced outside Nigeria. So if you live outside Nigeria and you have a Peugeot 406, just go and check. You'll find what I just explained, that is most likely you're not going to see anything there on that pillar on the right side, shock absorber pillar. Likewise, that space, what you see there will have up to 17 characters, not 8 characters. Okay, so if you have any other thing, or you need more, you want me to explain one or two things, or you need more clarification, you can post the question in the comment section, and I'll try my best to explain the best I can. Alright, that's all for this video.